Hi, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the ring to match the Explore bracelet that I made. A lot of you wanted to know how I made the ring, so I'm going to show you how to do that today. So it's a nice, easy, simple project, and what I love about this is you can use up leftover beads. It doesn't require a lot of materials, and you can actually use whatever you want in the center. I think I did a ring called Buttoned Up. I'm not sure if it's still up. I should have looked beforehand, but same thing. But this is different because I wanted the beads to go in one direction and then back in another direction. And this is one of my favorite rings. It is my go-to ring I put on all the time when I want to go out. It's just comfortable and I love it. So for materials, you're going to need some size 6s, 8s, 11s, and 15s. And that's because see how I tapered it down here? So it's more comfortable when you are wearing it. And then whatever you want to use as your focal point. And today I'm using these 5x7. They're called long Magatamas. And 4x7, excuse me, I apologize. 4x7 millimeter Magatama seed beads, and I've had these for a while and I love this color. So that's what we're gonna do. Nice easy project for today. So I went ahead and I pulled 1.5 yards of fire line. You can use whatever you like. I like the 8-pound size 11 beading needle. I'm going to go down on zoom and we're going to begin. So you really want to be familiar with the Peyote Stitch. I'm going to start off with 8 rows and I always start with my 11s. So I'm going to pick up 8 of those. And I got 9 already, so that's great. All right, so 8. And I start the peyote so weird. You start it however you're comfortable with. I'm dragging it down. I'm going to leave about a 6-inch tail to weave in later. 6 to 8 inch. I wrap it around my finger like this. So there's the tail down in here. Working threads right here. And I take my whole hand and I turn it just like this. I'm going to pick up an 11. And I'm just going to skip one. Go into the next. And I'm holding on really tight. Pick up the next 11, skip one, go right into the next. This is how I've always started it. I don't know why. It's just easy for me. Skip one, go through the next, and pull, and then one more, skip this one, and go right into the next. Yes, you can tell I just painted my fingernails and I didn't wait long enough for them to dry because I'm impatient. Okay, now I remove my fingers and I'm just going to pull on that tail and working thread just like this. And that's it. You want a shape, it's going to look all weird and awful, but as long as those 2 beads at the bottom are sitting side by side, that's exactly what you want. Okay, so I always work top to bottom. That's just me. And I wrap it around my finger like this. And I'm going to do a total of 3 rows using the size 11s. So I'm just going to pick up an 11 now and go down into this one. And now we're just going to fill in each space for the next 3 beads. Each one will get an 11. And pull. Your attention is everything with this ring, because that's how you get it to buckle. Did I just pick up 2? Yes, I did. Yeah, that's how you get it to buckle and keep it shaped really nice. All right, I'm gonna shorten this thread just a tiny bit. It's a little bit too long. I apologize. I know I do that all the time. All the time. I always say I'm going to pull a certain amount and I pull way more than I need. All right, so back to the last stitch. I'm going to fill in that last space. So impatient. Do you see this? I wish I did not have to paint my nails, but trust me, it's not pretty. All right, and I wrap. I pull like this on both ends, turn the work and wrap it around my finger, and I always work in this direction. So each one that's sticking out will get a bead. So we'll run down. That was much easier, shortening it just a little bit. It felt like I was doing the backstroke there. Oh my goodness, pulling all that thread. So I wanted to keep a nice low-key project for today and kind of relax, get everybody nice and relaxed because it's very stressful out there. And I get it. It is very, very stressful. I turn the news off, I turn my phone off, and then I just bead because it truly is the only thing that keeps me calm and unwinds me. So I hope this is something you enjoy as well, and I hope it relaxes you too. Okay, so the way I count my rows is I know I'm on the third one right now because at the top you should have 3, and then when you flip it over, you should also have 3. And now we're going to move on to our size 8s, and I did, let's see, 3 rows of those as well. So we're going to increase with the larger size. So we're going to add an 8 into each 11, just like this, and see how it's starting to loosen up. Pull back on that bead and crank down really, really hard. I have to keep that in mind when I'm working, but my board's flying all over the place because you know, usually I bead really fast and really aggressive. So you have to be aggressive with this stitch. Trust me. It keeps it shaped beautifully. And then flip, coming back down. This is one of those stitches I could do for days, literally for days. I love using up leftover beads, and I also love this stitch. There's so many things you can do with this one particular stitch. All right, so right back up, keep going. We have 2, we're putting our second row on right now. I want to try to show you how to sew it together too. I'm sure I won't have time to complete this whole thing, but I want to show you how to get those in. I have one over there that's almost ready to go. I got to test fit it first. But that's the only thing about these videos is setting them up, getting them ready, so you don't have to watch me do this repetitive part over and over again. But I really want you to see how when we get to the point where we add those Magatamas that you know the direction, if this is something you like. Me, you know I love large rings. I can't help it. I love it. It's the first thing people see are your hands when you're in a store or something like that. And I love when people say, you know, where did you get that ring? And tell them that you make them, and it's really, really cool. All right, so here. 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. That one does not look nice and straight there. Okay. Just remember your tension. And now we're ready to switch to the 6s already. Okay, I'm going to pull down and we're going to move over. Now these were not quite very uniform, so I really have to pick through. Tiny little knot in there, and be careful because some of them are kind of off, and that's okay. They are size 6s. It's gonna happen. So I'm gonna pick up a 6, go right into this 8, and I only did 2 rows of this. So here we go, adding them in. And flip. And keep going. This color is insane too. It's a rainbow finish on it, so it picks up so many different colors, greens and browns, and blues, and oh, I just love it. So I thought, how pretty would it be to mix all these colors in there? All right, so we've got one more row to put on, because see, now we have 2 on the top, but when we flip it, we only have 1. So we know we need to add 1 more row of our 6s, and then we get to add our beautiful Magatamas. Okay, I'm gonna flip, get it ready, and just show you how I set them up so that they go in a certain direction. So I'm gonna set them up, I want 4 like this. That's really bright. I want to keep it that kind of cool green. 2. And see how these are sloped down? This is like the easiest way I could explain it. See how they're all sloping down like this? That is one direction, just like that. So I have 4 just like this. And now I want 4 in the other direction. So it's going to be like this. See how now it's flipped up like that, not sloping down? That's how I want to pick those up. So there's 2. Oh, I love the color of this one. And there's 3 and 4. I can't find my tweezers. It would have really helped me a lot. I'm actually going to swap that one out, just because it looked a little bit puffier. Okay, so that's what you want. See how these ends are up and these ends are sloped down, touching the mat? That's exactly what you want, and we're ready to begin. So we're just going to pick up one of these beautiful beads just like this and go right into the size 6. And I got to move that tail out of the way. Just add them in. Don't worry about anything right now. Just get them on in there. Okay, here's our last one. We're going to flip the whole piece, pull down on your tension, and now pick them up in this direction. Go right into the next Magatama. Just make sure it doesn't get flipped on you. Continue. Oops. Went right in my shirt. And then on the floor. Okay. Right into the next one. And next one. And last one. You can see how tight my tension is. All right, so now I'm going to flip this whole piece, and I'm going to kind of organize it so I know where we need to go next. So what I'm doing is pulling them like this. This one that's tucked back should be forward. So each of these spaces now, see these ones that are sticking out? That's where we're going to put a size 6. So I'm going to put one size 6 into the next one, pull down. 1 into this next one that's sticking out. Oh, my tension is just a little bit loose, so I'm gonna start pulling and keep going. So each Magatama that's sticking out, pull. Here's our last size 6. Pull down. All right, now I'm really gonna pull tight, and there you go. And that's what you want. Okay, here we go. Back down, pick up a 6 and go into the 6. High tension. And you'll do that all the way down. And I flip it over, so I'm like working underneath it just so the thread doesn't get wrapped around one of those beads. It's just easier for me. But like I said, this is just how I do it. So whatever you're comfortable with, you go right ahead and do. Now I flip it back because I can see and hang on better. Just continue adding until you have 2 rows of the 6s on this side, and then you'll just swap down to the 8s. All right, 1 more row, and that's actually stunning. Beautiful. And then you would continue back down to the 8s. And when you do that, that's where you have to remember tension. So here's an 8 right into this 6. Start pulling and you will see it start to buckle and take shape. Just like that. And continue. And let me see how far I am on that one. And you'll continue doing that back down till you get to your 11s. So 3 rows of the 8s, then back to 3 rows of the 11s. I'll set that there so you can see. And now I'm going to go to the piece that I have in progress over here. Not that much further along, but a little bit. I just want to be able to show you how to sew it up. All right, so I'm on to my 11s. I did my 3 rows of 8s, back onto the 11s. And flip it over. And continue. I was thinking I should show you how to zipper it on a different color because this is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to throw in just a different color to show you how to zipper it. And then I'm not going to fully lock it down because I do have to take it apart, fix it properly. But I'll show you the general idea and then reinforcing and stuff like that. So add your 3 rows. Of 11s. What am I at? 3 on this side, then I have 1 more. So 3 up here, and I only have 2 there, so I know I still have to add 1 more. All right. Make sure tension's good. All that fun stuff. Oh my goodness. There is a little tiny 15 in there. Oh boy. I apologize. I gotta take that out. That will throw everything off. See it right there? Snuck in there. It's so funny. I was just saying, oh my goodness, my eyes are so tired and heavy today. All right, now back. Sorry about that. See, it's easy to fix though. So if you do accidentally do what I just did, just rip it out and then continue on with 11s. Make sure no 15s sneak in there like it just did to me. And yeah, I am going to grab a bright color just to show you. All right, so when you're at the end and say you want to switch down to 15s, this is where you would do 15s right now. After you have both ends of the 11s done, you would switch down to 15s. And I did just 2 rows of that. But you could keep going with 11s, which I'm thinking I'm going to do with this one. I'm not sure yet. But there, that's what it looks like. Let me grab just another color, just a random bright color, so you can see what I mean about zippering. So we're already in the position, which is excellent. You want your tail to be in one opposite corner and your other thread in the opposite way as well. So one's coming this way, one's this way. That's all you have to remember, and we're ready to fold it over and close it up. But I'm going to do 2 quick rows just so I can show you clearly what I do. So let me just pop them in real quick, and then I'll show you how to close your ring up. And then I'll take it apart and I'll redo it because I love it. Now I got another ring to wear all the time. I love these. They're just so much fun. All right. So again, make sure you end with 1 thread coming out of this one and 1 thread from here. So when you fold it over, it's going to look like a zipper. See how each of these is going to fit in there? Each one that's sticking up. So right now we're coming out of this bottom light blue one. All we're going to do is go right back up this green one. And now we're going to start zigzagging back and forth like a zipper. So through this one, right over to this one, back over to the blue. So we're just going back and forth, tightening everything up over here, here, this one, and then right back to here. And now see, here's our tail right here and our working thread. And you see how it starts to separate? Pull down on that tail. Pull down on that working thread. Oh, it's so cute. Look at that little teeny ring. Okay. So now I know we definitely have to go back down. See how loose it is? So all we're going to do is we're coming out of that blue still. So we're going to go right back down the green and just zigzag our way back down, pulling nice and tight. So back and forth. And I like to go like this and pick up 2. That's just me. Zigzagging like this, it just is easier for me. And right through these 2. All right, so I locked that whole area down. So what I would do, because you don't throw any knots in, is I would weave away from this area, just up and down like this. Up, down, weave away. And maybe when you get over to the size 8s, that's where I would do that maneuver that I do even with like the square stitch, say. I'll go up a bead like this. And I'm going to actually move into the work and I'll just show you. This should be fun getting this apart. And then back down. So I'm coming out this one. I'm going to go right back down the one next to it. Right back up and down. Pulling really tight, and I would do that a couple of times. And then you would burn and cut that off. Now I'm going to show you how to get rid of the tail. Right now, it's the same exact thing. We still have to go back down, zigzagging our way. And just to make sure, sorry, I got to move my legs. Just to make sure that it's all reinforced. I always sit Indian style, and then at the end I get up and I'm like, why in the world did you even attempt that? Okay, so I'm coming out of the green one, so I'm going to scooch over to this blue one, and again just start zigzagging. So back to the blue, back to the green, just going now this way, all the way down, pulling nice and tight. And it is very, very secure already, but we still have to bury this tail properly. So right back down and then up and out. And then now this time I would weave over in this direction, this way, and do the same thing. So up and down until you come out of the size 8. And then I would do that same technique where you would lock your threads together by going up, down, up, down. And like I said, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because I really, really want to make this ring for myself. And I don't want to waste all my materials. But that's what it will look like. And it is absolutely beautiful. So I really hope you enjoyed this very, very fun and quick and easy project, but so, so beautiful. I love it. So I hope you all have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.